Mr. Smith, give me a good clean fight. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Señor Alvarez, yo quiero una pelea limpia, obedezcan mis órdenes y protejancia todo tiempo. Tus guantes para suerte.
It's been 2 years since
Teofimo Lopez. Hey, what about Devin Haney? This is a fight that we said, hey, if you go to 168.
They list Canelo at fights.
Canelo Alvarez sensed weakness when he fought Rocky Fielding, and he went in. Canelo was accepting this pace against. Be interesting to see if he is accepting of that pace in this fight.
Callum knows that. That's why he's not committing to that long, strong jab that he has.
Smith is very experienced. He is the world champion in this weight class. There is something to going in and fighting event. It can sap you of energy. Canelo trying with the hook and a jab. Upper Smith fell short. Trying to measure him, and there's a jab landing against John Ryder his last time out. Or as I mentioned, Ryder was able to walk right to him and land shots. Final 10 seconds of the opening round. And while Canelo has landed more, Smith in trying to get comfortable in this fight.
also say, watch out for that hook. That left hook is exactly what's...
Alzaghi back in London, so we've got you covered. Land a bit more than Callum Smith. We believe able to show a little something. You're shaking your head, Chris, you disagree?
I had Callum Smith.
Did you really?
You know, we're in Texas. We like the man coming forward and, you know, a couple of, he threw a little bit more.
Like Canelo in most every round.
Ryan, we've got to get to round 3.
Right away. I'm just surprised. I didn't know, but at least it points out. Again, Callum Smith, he will fight, but he does not use that long stick to keep his man here tonight. Long jab there by Smith, and he gets moving backwards. Very careful, very cautious tries with the right hand. Of Callum Smith able to peer deeply in front of him. He tries the up on the belt line. Jab snaps back the head of Callum Smith, and Canelo locked. Let's see if they engage.
Smith for having such a long...
Most of that first round, according to the entire round, and you would figure that would favor the 6'3" Callum Smith. Callum Smith could be in for a very rough night. That right hand just off the side of the head. Cannot let Canelo Alvarez get comfortable and wing shots at you. Liam Smith knocked him down in the 8th, liver shot in the 9th, and it was...
It looked like he was unfocused, kind of coming into the round. He threw a...
You're right, Serge.
It's cagey couple of rounds to start with. My Canelo's trying to close that range for them big hooks. I think Smith needs to be more assertive with that jab.
And I mentioned there's some anti-UK figure. Well, look, you did well in England, but beating Michael Kessler, Bernard Hopkins, and then eventually an international fighter in Canelo Alvarez.
Let him get into some rhythm, but I don't like, as Joe pointed out, moving. You can't let him get that close range. That's when he will land a big shot.
Canelo trying to cut off.
It doesn't always have to be long and strong. It could be flicking jab just to keep Canelo's arms.
And you know Callum Smith doesn't want to quite engage as he takes a shot there to that, in my opinion. Canelo is just, he's not only, he starts to get his range and close in. Able to step out down the right. Good defensive work by Canelo Alvarez. Jab again in the right. Sergio, he's closing the gap now.
He's been closing the gap and stepping on each other right now. This is where Canelo could explode.
Él ya se está cuidando de esta. Lo que ya cuando me lo tengas aquí en vez de ir aquí, hijo, le vas a meter.
It's a feint. Don't go back. Stay.
Bien cerradito. There you go. There you go.
And with more ferocity and more frequency. Hard jabs.
Attributes. He did it to Kovalev in sort of baiting him with that, compensated, and Canelo hit him with that left hook.
Hard right hand.
The bite and fall off balance. Tall fighters don't have great balance.
But Callum Smith, again, does not put out the stick. He needs to stand and he needs to trade and land combinations, and that's dangerous against Canelo. Tries with the body shot. Hard right hand by Canelo. Now that body just looks different, Sergio, than when he was a good hard body shot from Canelo with the hook at 154. He really brings the power to this.
He's muscular and he's explosive. Single shots because both of them are very good at counter punching.
Smith just trying to put a punch out there to use as a blinder and keep him at
Kovalev. He threw a lot of punches in their fight. He didn't land a lot of punches, whereas
starts to mark up the face of Callum Smith, the champion. The decent Sergio uppercut in this round, but he can't take too many shots.
His weapon is an uppercut. Of course, he throws a great jab and a great left hook.
He's going down, is what they're telling Canelo.
That's what Eddie Reynoso said, that He's going to be going down. Look, hot shots. Both of them are looking for counter punches. They're both excellent counter punches. But right now, Smith needs to be a little.
The pace, he did so in round 3. We open up now round 5.
It's going to be an important round for Callum Smith right here. He needs it.
He is not worried about what is coming back. Chris Mannix, we're going to go to your score.
In that first round, but since then, it has been all Canelo's round.
I tell you, that was beautiful head movement by Canelo Alvarez in a hard hook. Callum Smith landed an uppercut. He tries the uppercut again, and he tried and was close.
Yeah, we've seen the head move out of it here in this round.
And it's underrated, Sergio, because he's not dancing. He's not looked like a great defensive fighter. But look at that move right there. Made Smith mid for Canelo Alvarez. Hard body shot there. I'm sure that breaks his heart. You've got a lot of English fans rooting for Callum Smith. Demetrius Andrade, who has a middleweight belt, is with us as well on our broadcast team.
Tonight. But yeah, Callum Smith needs I don't know, man. I don't know what it was to, you know, maybe wear him out, take him into.
Demetrius, did you say he's not looking to win?
He came here to win because at this point, I'm going to.
I think that's a little harsh, but I know what he's saying, Sergio. Joe Gallagher there in the corner, who's trainer of the year a few years back. Because you can see, Sergio, the defense by Canelo is fantastic. Look at him get out of the way.
Now, he just tweaked his chin and he missed that uppercut, Callum Smith.
I'm Mount Everest. You only have so much time at the top, so they took this opportunity, even though style-wise.
Fighter in action in Canelo, dictating the pace, landing the bigger shots.
First 2 rounds, 90 for a good right hand by Canelo, and he goes back to the full performance so far.
This is what Canelo does to opponents, even to big guns.
Gareth Davies and Joe Calzaghe in London, fellas.
He's trying again here, Joe, and this is much better. He's got to look as he's behind in the fight.
He does. He's back up against it, allows him to load up with big hooks to the body and the head. And
This is great. This is it. This is it. Back to you guys.
Gareth, Joe Calzaghe, thank you so much. Good to hear from the calling with you back in London. And there's Callum Smith goes to work. Look, Callum Smith, 1985, he threw over 850 jabs in one of them, caught former light heavyweight champion of the world, man who knocked out in Callum Smith here in the 6th round.
Yeah, Callum Smith not only.
And Callum Smith is going to have to dig deep.
Since Canelo was at 154 pounds, he has been willing to face guys the size of Callum Smith.
You wonder if Callum Smith has.
He can't push Canelo back. This entire Callum Smith hasn't imposed his size or his will coming forward for Callum Smith.
Also, Sergio, nice uppercut there by Callum Smith. He tried up straight up the middle. Even when he blocked that right hand, that's a good uppercut from Canelo, it drove him back.
Taking down his opponent so easily like Canelo is because there's any openings. He hasn't gotten respect from
Callum Smith, the 5th round, and an even round.
But on occasion, a judge may do that, but it's not.
Uppercut, hot shot. Smith is going to have to throw his hands, and he does right.
Is coming back. And Gervonta Davis, vicious uppercut. Joshua, big uppercuts and a knockout of Pulev. Last night, Gennady Golovkin.
No question. I think Davis, Gervonta punch like that, it's like a bazooka. It's amazing. Long right hand by Canelo. Sergio, I don't know.
This is what Canelo. This is what makes Canelo great. He makes you not want to punch. Uppercut, right there. Right there, and nothing comes back from the counter puncher.
People out. It just doesn't look good for him here tonight.
He was able to drop George Groves with a count.
7 of them to the body. So you knew with the physical go to the body, that was a body shot that he stopped Liam Smith. So of course he's going to the body. And
we've seen this with Kovalev. He didn't throw no punches. We've seen this with Jacobs. He didn't throw enough punches.
Lead uppercut by Canelo and then a right. Just provides such a tight package coming at you. And then when you throw a shot, if
he doesn't let you do anything. Even Chavez Jr., if you remember that, whitewash. He just stood against the winds, make you want to not punch.
Good combination there by Callum Smith. He gets a little more active, nearly 2-1 for Canelo.
Look at that percentage, 60%.
Just missed that right hand. Doubling up. Good right hand there by Smith. He's just not showing respect now. He's taking shots and saying, no, I'm going to keep walking in.
He rolled with that right hand.
They're popping on each other, laying the wood to each other, and if they both do that, then out in front of him. But it's an awful lot to do. Tries with the uppercut. Continues with his work rate. But he waits till he's in range. Nice right hand by Smith and an uppercut. Not here.
Just, he continues to come forward and right here, Callum Smith finally lets his hands go. He lands that left hook right here, but right here, these shots, is that enough to win the round? I don't think so, because and does his own thing with the combination.
12, it has been mostly Canelo Alvarez as he fires off and lands a right hand, and then back. So Smith fighting back in that last round, but Canelo gets under the hook and goes to work. Uppercut land.
That uppercut's been the best punch for Canelo. Fighters can't land uppercuts on taller fighters. That's not the case here.
Smith rolls with big punches, like he sees them a fraction. They still connect, but he's able to land them. He's able to deflect them off.
That was a hard.
You know, a lot of Mexican fighters do that. Chavez used to do that, I remember. But when you see it in slow motion, he's rolling with the power.
Smith is getting blood now pouring from his nose. He weighs in for Smith. Hard right hand, Smith is hurt. Buckled on one of the hardest shots of the night. He fights back and fires with his own combination. Oh, the uppercut there.
Dangerous territory for him to be.
Callum Smith, the champion of the world, is getting busted up. Up on the 30 seconds of the 9th round. Look at Smith go to work and try to drive, but you see just a little bit of give on Callum Smith. Right hand, he's hurt. Just the right shot that could possibly end this fight. Hard right hand. I'll let him take. Let's watch this again.
Here we're going to see the smaller man bullying the ropes, and it's the right uppercut that keeps landing. Callum Smith with his hands up, just letting Canelo let those punches fly against the rope.
And you see Callum Smith go against the ropes, and the ropes did hold him up here.
He's got his wits about him.
What are you laughing at, Chris?
Tell him, Steve.
No, Steve. Mannix, round 10. And you wonder, have you guys fought this? Were you at that point yet?
No, not yet.
It's a bed.
Well, Callum Smith is hurt, and I'm with Steve Smoker here. That wasn't a knockdown. I don't pummel. I'll give you that.
I hear you. No, I didn't think it was a knockdown either. Hard shots there, point. Where if you're in the corner of Callum Smith, you think it's one, or maybe 2 rounds here. Hard shots again.
Sergio, I thought it was interesting. Canelo Alvarez.
I think it's because he has the legs, he has the freshness. We've seen him do a little dance like 3 rounds ago. I've never seen Canelo dance either.
Smith was hurt by that shot to the body, to the side. And then the uppercut straight up the middle, and the jab is just walking comfortably to Callum Smith, and a hard body shot. Let's go to Joe Calzaghe. Joe, would you give any thought to stopping this fight?
Yeah, I think it's Canelo's it's just a struggle now at the moment. Alvarez, too powerful, them punches, he's getting uppercuts, the hooks, you know, they're taking his toll. It's a lot hard.
It's a world title fight. Normally the thought is somebody gets you don't want to, though, let the fighter make that decision. 15 seconds of this 10th round. Hard right hand by Alvarez and a body shot. Smith drops his hands low for a moment to suck in some air.
The bigger man back. These shots are being blocked, but they're still being punishing. They're still blooding the nose, discouraging the bigger man. Those body shots right there, that left hand.
27-0. He is the defending champion in this weight class round. We're now in the 11th round, and Callum Smith is taking a beating.
Look, I see Callum Smith away, yes, withering away, but I don't see him weakening. I don't see the fight. See, he's punching. You got to give a champion the benefit of the doubt.
Smith firing back off by Canelo. Body shots as well. To be getting better and better.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Canelo's chin, how good a chin he has. Back in the day, from his early fights, fighting Jose Miguel fight, you wondered how this guy would stand up to big punches.
And look at that in round 10, 30-6. Not that Smith isn't trying everything he can, but this is a different animal. Right hand.
Smith on the forehead, that buckled his knees.
Another right hand after the hook. Smith fights back. That was borderline low. Maybe it was low. Jab to the head. Smith firing back. Not an awful lot left. Was that low, guys?
I didn't think there was luck. You didn't see no complaints from Smith. He didn't look at the ref, and he didn't gesture that it was.
So not built that way, Sergio, right?
No,
he's just too game.
He's way too game.
And look at
Callum Smith has never been down, Brian. Never been beating that he's enduring here with Canelo, but you got to give him
Alvarez. How about a perfect round? The middleweight championship of the world. Canelo Alvarez comes out fight.
And Canelo has bullied to try to close the show.
Canelo's going for it here. You can see hard right hand tried. Snapping jab from Canelo Alvarez. A busted up face from Callum Smith. He fires back with his own combination.
Smith's got in there for it.
Even the body shots too, and that's a lot of will and conditioning. Because he's been able to stand up to it. Can he stay on his right hand lands from Canelo? Chopping overhand. Trying to move in with the jab and get close. Smith able to get out of danger and make him miss that left there, Sergio.
Yeah, smiling at him because he tried to catch him with that catch and hook. That's one of Callum Smith's best.
To say, all right, I saw what you did. Nice try. That's not going to work. Approaching the final minute of the 12th round
already, and that's why the fans are looking at that.
You can't blame him. Hard footing right hand again, and a body shot from Canelo.
Well, we know Canelo has the 11th round knockout with Kovalev, but he does have a 12th round.
Final 30 seconds. Callum did everything he could in this fight. Canelo Alvarez with the look.